Go. Hello everyone and welcome to an episode of Pixel Perfect. Today I will be reviewing the NZXT H210i, the predecessor to the H200i. As you can see today, we'll be reviewing this case. Unfortunately, mine was used, so it is missing a couple parts, but I'll catch up on the details on missing parts I have. I'll still explain them. Let's get right into it. For the I/O, we have, USB-A Gen 1 3.2, and for the USB-C 3.2 Gen 2. We also got aux port, standard. The USB 3 can go up to 10 gigabytes per second, so yeah, it's pretty nice. The motherboard size for the NZXT H210i is ITX, which is kind of surprising considering how big the case really is for an ITX build. The materials are steel and tempered glass. I'm going to take it off now. When we get to the inside, I have, power supply tables because I'm going to show off the power supply in another video, how good it is. The original came with two NZXT 120 millimeter fans, but I replaced them with Be Quiet fans because they had more RGB, of course, my favorite, personally. The original two NZXT fans are right here in the intake, and on this intake right here too, in the back. And the fan sizes, all the fan slots can support 120 millimeter and 140 millimeter. Except for the exception when you're using a radiator, you can only use 120 millimeter fans, not 140 millimeter fans. The RGB strip, it used to come here, but I don't have it anymore. I took it out, it was broken for me, so. Anyway, inside we also have the neat classic cable cover of the NZXT. We also got the power supply shroud, which I will complain about later. And then we move to the front here. We got the intake area. It's kind of hard to get off. Yeah, but anyway, there's a dust shield here, and there's also a dust shield at the bottom, right here. Now, when we move to the back, some pretty decent cable management. I didn't use it too well, not gonna lie. I got the up here RGB and fan hub instead of the original NZXT one, which I didn't have a choice over. I just had it, but I do like the RGB on this one better. And we got some nice Velcro for like cable management going into the case. You got some drive bay, some 2.5, and down here on this side, on the opposite side, there's one 3.5 bay. And now the entire case weighs about 8 kilograms or 7.5 pounds, 17.5 pounds. Comes with a 2-year warranty. And another thing about this case, if you want to build in it, it says max GPU height. It's 44 millimeters, but in truth, you can fit 51, 52 millimeter height GPUs, maybe even more, especially if you take off the shroud. That's what I'm complaining about in NZXT. Make it so you can take the shroud off, just saying. Anyway, it's a 2.5 slot case, which is also another problem because not many GPUs are 2.5 slots anymore. 3 slot, 4 slot, humongous. But you can fit a 2.5 slot card in here if you really try. It's really bad. Anyway, now every case has their upsides, but now it's time for the flaws. The I/O. I know I say the I/O later, but come on. You have so much more room. And especially on the ITX platform, we have 4 USB, like A ports, like maximum, usually minimum. It just depends on the board. And no one likes to spend tons of money on a board, which is where I also get to the price of this thing. Right now, it's around $110. Not exactly economy friendly. And also the power supply. ATX, standard, basic. Surprised it was ATX at first. And then I got the case, I picked it up and was like, wow, this is really big. This is going to be a problem. Anyway, last thing I want to complain about, power supply shroud. They have it riveted in where you had to grind out the rivets. And a lot of people like me, I would like to show off my power supply. It's a Corsair RM850, just 2021. Pretty good power supply, Also, if you took it out, you'd be able to fit more like higher GPU cards, like 60mm cards if you took that off, even more, 70mm possibly. And finally, the comparison. A better option for this, I wouldn't personally buy this honestly, but a better option I feel like would be the Johnsbow D31 mesh plate. It's honestly better in every way. It's a tiny bit bigger. It can fit MATX and ITX builds. The power supply is visible, and it's also 4-slot GPU case. So, review, don't buy this case. Please. Anyway, that'll be it for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, I guess. And don't forget to check out our next review, which is going to be Johnsbow D31 Mesh. The exact comparison of this, and we'll actually figure out the true king of both of them.